Let's start with the Kestra project setup. In our case, it's going to be very straightforward, and it's going to be a three-step process. Firstly, we'll be starting our Kestra server. Then we'll be uploading our pipeline script to Kestra in the UI, and then we'll be providing the credentials needed to run the script. Let's get started with that. Here, as you can see, I'm at the Kestra documentation. Specifically, I'm at the page where they show you how you can do the installation with Docker Compose. So I'm just going to be following along what they show here. And the really cool thing is that for launching Kestra, it really just takes two steps. So firstly, we'll need to download our Docker Compose file from their repository, and then we'll simply launch our server with the Docker Compose up command. So let's do that. As you can see, I have here a Visual Studio project open. It's almost empty. All I have inside is the pipeline script that I'll eventually be adding, but aside from that, it's got nothing. So I'm going to open up a terminal and I'm going to perform the first step, which is basically downloading that YAML file from Kestra's repo. And as you can see, it's got all the information needed for setting up our Kestra server. So now for step two. Step two is starting the server with the Docker Compose up and then flag D. And once again, make sure you have your, like I was saying, make sure that you have your Docker up and running. I currently have Docker Desktop open. If you don't have that open, then this command's gonna return an error. But for now, let's just wait for this to finish running. It's probably gonna take a minute, so let's wait it out. Okay, it looks like we've got everything running. So what this command basically did is it spun up our Kestra UI, which we'll head to in a minute, and it's also set up a Postgres database, which is gonna, contain information on our flows, their executions, and such metadata. So now I believe our UI can be accessed in the 8080 port. Yep, that should be the case. So let me open up a browser and head there. So I'm going to type localhost 8080. Yep, and if this is your first time, then you're going to have to set up an account. So let me just do this quickly off screen. Okay, got that out of the way. So let me just quickly log in. And there we go. We have finally entered our UI, but simply two commands in the CLI, and we've already accessed our UI. So our next step is, of course, to upload our file here so that we can access it through our flow, our Python file, and also to provide our credentials. So let's do that. Let's start with our file, our Python script. So I'm going to go to namespaces, and I'm going to pick the tutorial namespace, which has already been created. And somewhere on the right here, there should be a tab called Files. I'm going to click on it. And now I can either create a file or I can import them. So in my case, I'm just going to import my Python script that we already have running. So let me do that. Once we've uploaded a file, we can now provide our credentials that we'll need to run it. So the easiest way to do that on a free tier like mine would be to go to the KB store here in this tab, or this one here, either way. And here we can create key value pairs and store our GitHub credentials as well as our BigQuery credentials. So I'm going to do that very quickly. So I've added all my credentials. The GitHub token is here and the BigQuery credentials are here. So that concludes our setup. We can now get started with writing our flow and running our pipeline in Kestra. To do that, I'm going to go to the floats tab here and I'm going to create. Now, as you can see, we already have our boilerplate config provided here. So I'm just going to change this ID to be Kestra pipeline run. And now we can start defining our tasks, which are basically the operations that we want to run. So in our case, I actually want to run two tasks. So the first task is I want to build the environment or the image in which I'm actually going to run the Python script, because right now we haven't provided the DLT dependency that the script needs to run. So I'm going to create the image that does that. So just give me one moment. Okay, so I've created a task called build image and it's of type build. And here I'm basically just creating an image that uses Python and it installs DLT with the BigQuery extra. So now that I have my image, I can build another task, which is basically in this case, just going to run our pipeline script in this image. So I've created our second task here and I've called it run GitHub pipeline. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to run our code and it is of a type Python command. And what I'm basically doing in layman's terms is I'm first providing it with the image that I created in the previous task. And I'm also providing it with the credentials needed to run the code. And then I'm providing it the single command, which is to run the Python script. We could run this as it is, but I want to add one more thing, and that is basically our trigger. For sake of automation, I can set it up so that this thing will run at the periodicity of my liking. So I'm actually going to add a trigger here. I'm going to set it up so that it runs daily. So I've created a single trigger called everyday, as the name suggests. I'm going to basically run this flow every day. And I've set the times into Berlin because that's where we currently are, but that's the gist of it. So just to sum it up, we have a flow which will first build an image that has the DLT dependency and then run our Python script. And these tasks are set to run every day. We've yet to see if this is going to work. So let me click on execute and hopefully there are no issues. So execute and execute. And let's try this again. Okay, so the image has been built and now it's running our GitHub pipeline. So this will take a minute. Let's wait for this to finish running. Okay, it's gone green, which is always a good thing with these orchestrator UIs. So that means that the run must have been successful. If I want, I can click on this and I can right away see the logs that are created by DLT. So as you can see, we have our extract, we have all our information right here. If I want to, I can also go directly to the BigQuery database and confirm that the data has been loaded. So let me do that very quickly. So here we are at the BigQuery database. So I'm just going to open up all our tables and hopefully I can find my database. So, here we go. So I've got everything loaded here, all the tables. If I want to do a preview, I can simply click on a table of my choice and just click on preview. And there we go. So we've confirmed that everything has been loaded successfully. Some of the cool things I want to show you other than the logs that you can see here for our tasks and our pipeline run. I also want to show you this tab here called topology, in which you can properly visualize pretty much what I described when I was building our flow. We have our build image task, we have our run GitHub pipeline task, and we have a trigger here that sets everything to run visually. So probably not necessary for an operation as simple as ours, but as the complexity increases, then a visual like this would definitely be helpful. There's also an outputs tab that basically shows you what is yielded from a given task. So here you can see what's coming from our pipeline one, and here you can see our build image. So just something I wanted to share.